Sinem Unsal is a girl from Izmir who studied comparative literature, never planned to become an actress, and yet ended up playing one of the most beloved female roles in the history of Turkish television. And then, just as the whole country was following her on-screen romance, real life decided to mirror the script completely, only this time without the cameras. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of Sinem Ünsal, a Turkish actress who has already won the hearts of millions. Sinem Ünsal was born on June 21, 1993, in Izmir, a port city on Turkey's Aegean coast, into a family where her mother has Circassian roots and her father is of Azerbaijani descent. She was the second child in the family. Her childhood was split between the small fishing town of Foça and Uzak Sehir, where the family later moved. Growing up in such a diverse environment, surrounded by different cultures and traditions, shaped in Sinem a deep respect for literature. At the time, acting wasn't even on her radar as a life path. Sinem enrolled at Uzak Sehir Osman Gazi University, majoring in comparative literature. It's a serious academic field, far removed from film sets. At the same time, she pursued another specialization in children's and young adult literature. But it was during her university years that everything shifted. Her passion for acting was sparked while attending a theater studio in Uzak Sehir. Theater gave her something textbooks never could, a living, breathing sense of the stage and the realization that this was her path. While still in college, Sinem first tried herself as a model and only later transitioned into acting. In 2017, when most graduates are still figuring out their next step, Sinem had already made her on-screen debut. Her first role was a character named Güneş in the series The Shepherd's Star, a small role that almost no one noticed. However, her very next role brought her first wave of recognition. That same year, 2017, she joined the main cast of the popular crime drama Black and White Love, playing Gülsüm Aslan. She appeared in 32 episodes, and this was already a full-scale professional experience. Black and White Love became a real training ground for the young actress. Intense shooting schedules, a live audience, and that first feeling of being recognized by viewers. In 2018, Sinem landed a role in the series My Daughter, where she played a teacher named Sevgi Güney. The show is an adaptation of a Korean drama about a little girl with a progressing serious illness and her father, who does everything he can to extend their time together. Sinem's character is a kind-hearted teacher who becomes an important figure in the family's life. For this role, she was nominated for the Turkey Youth Awards in the category of Best Supporting Actress. For 3 years, Sinem built her reputation methodically. No scandals, no lucky breaks, just work, role after role. And in 2019, it finally paid off in a way that changed everything. The breakthrough came with a leading role in the project A Miracle, the Turkish adaptation of the South Korean series Good Doctor. The story follows a young surgeon with Savant syndrome who grew up in an orphanage, graduated from medical school, and now faces skepticism from patients and admiration from colleagues every single day. Sinem played Nazli, a young surgical assistant. Nazli is ambitious, deeply empathetic, and capable of great compassion. Because of past family trauma, she struggles with trust. Beautiful and intelligent, she has almost completely shut herself off from romantic relationships. She's afraid of being disappointed, always on guard. That's exactly why her growing connection with Ali, a doctor no one takes seriously, became the central emotional line of the entire series. The chemistry between Sinem and her co-star Taner Olmez turned A Miracle into a favorite for millions of viewers. The show aired from 2019 to 2021 and became a true phenomenon. 55 episodes, consistently high ratings, and an international audience. For this role, Sinem was nominated for the Golden Butterfly Awards in the category of Best Actress. And while Nazli on screen was trying to make sense of her feelings, Sinem's real life was unfolding in a similar way. During those years, she was in a relationship with actor Kıvanç Kılıç. They were together for about 4 years. For a long time, the actress shared photos with her partner on social media, but eventually, they broke up due to differences. In 2021, after A Miracle came to an end, a new project, Someday for Sure, was released with Sinem in the cast. Even though the series didn't find a wide audience in Turkey and only ran for 6 episodes, her performance stood out. A year later, the crime dramedy Hidden premiered. Sinem played the lead role, a character named Naz. The series was short, just 8 episodes. But it was on that very set that something happened which quickly became headline news in Turkish show business. Sinem's friendship with her co-star Halit Özgür Seri grew into something more. The couple, who did everything they could to keep their relationship private, were spotted vacationing together right after the series finale. Sinem later confirmed the relationship in an interview. Their on-screen story became real. Turkish tabloids covered it with undisguised excitement. The relationship with Halit lasted for some time, but didn't turn into a long-term union. The next serious chapter in Sinem's personal life was her relationship with well-known Turkish actor Berk Cenkat. Sinem confirmed it herself in an interview. Yes, it's true. We value each other. We've started a calm and sweet relationship. Berk gives me a good feeling, and I give him the same. That's why we're together. In 2025, she shared a touching birthday post for him that gathered thousands of likes. At the same time, her career kept moving forward. In 2024, the crime series The Invisible Hand was released. Then came a leading role in Uzak Sehir alongside Ozan Akbaba. The story centers on a young woman named Alya Albora, who lives in Canada. After the sudden death of her husband Boran, his final wish is to be buried in his homeland, in the family estate in Mardin, in southeastern Turkey. Alya brings his body back to his hometown, where she faces the powerful and deeply traditional Albora family. She uncovers shocking secrets about her late husband and his family. Instead of returning to Canada with her young son Deniz, she finds herself trapped in a new world that feels completely foreign to her. The series became a ratings success and ultimately cemented Sinem's status as one of the key actresses on Turkish television. Today, Sinem Unsal has over 3.8 million followers on Instagram. She is still in a relationship with Berk Cenkat, lives in Istanbul, reads stuff on Sway, listens to both Turkish and English music, and stays active. Sinem Unsal may not have reached the absolute peak of her fame yet, but she has already conquered several major milestones, winning over more and more hearts with her talent. And we'll be watching closely as her career continues to unfold and as new projects with her come to life.